Hello, Jamaica. Welcome again to the Jamaica Patriotic Alliance. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. One line of scripture this morning for you. And for all in Jamaica that know we deserve better than what is going on. I want to tell you, you're a special people, a talented people, a greater country than your leaders are making it out to be. The myth that it has to be this way must be dispelled and renounced. I believe all Jamaicans must and should have free education right up to the university level. The man on the corner who have never been to school or who hardly went to school should be able to watch your children go through school because you don't have the finances to send them. But your government is like a big brother and a father to you so your children can go to school. And the wide net that I have asked our government to cast to get the kids from school to start rebuilding our country. We have corrupt policemen, corrupt soldiers, you name, corrupt politicians to replace. So we have to start training our youngsters from schools so that when they come out, they can fill these voids, but fill them with a lot of integrity and dignity and pride. Today, I see the weakness of our country because there's a sense of hopelessness in a lot of our population. People feel hopeless, discouraged, broken, downtrodden. Mothers and fathers have to watch their children slaughtered in the streets and can't do anything about it. And it tears them apart. And what's worse, they are just sitting here waiting on their turn to be killed. And so, this kind of desperation that is on a lot of our people have got to be eased, have got to be gotten rid of. And it's the government's duty to motivate and inspire our people to rise to their full potential. And by so doing, you would have saved a country who is sinking in despair and despondency. We come forward today again, appealing to Jamaicans to seek new leadership. It is time that we seek new leadership. We can no longer keep up the pace with people who don't care for us. There are lots of open lands in Jamaica that are not being utilized. Our people needs to go to work. So the government has got to now draw that blueprint to develop all 14 parishes. And by so doing, you have employed hundreds of thousands of your people. Train them on the job if you don't have classrooms to put them in. Put job mentors there that will instruct them how to get the job done. You have to come up with the blueprint to develop the entire country. Our irrigation systems are in shambles. In fact, in some cities and towns, there are no such irrigation. And so our young men who are looking for leadership and are turning to the gangs would have an option, an alternative, an outlet to pour their energy in a certain direction. We can't do this anymore. Mr. Government, it is time for new leadership. I ask Jamaicans, one by one, step out of the dark and step into the light. One by one, step out of Babylon. One by one. Because these methods of leadership that is being exhibited are getting our people killed. It's getting our people discouraged. It's getting our people desperate. There has to be town and city planning. The same people in the community, we got to put them in a room and get the ideas out of their head how to build these communities better. The government must design based on the landscape, geographical landscape of these areas, the best institutions or establishments that they can put in these neighborhoods. You have to have planning, schooling. Let us follow the model of, say, a Japan or a China, how they educate their people and develop their countries. Free education is the first step in developing a country. You cannot afford to send your children to these high-priced schools, and so the government must invest in its people. Take the burden off the shoulders of the poor parents and carry it on the broad shoulders of a government. And let's move our country forward. Instead of burying our young men, we would be creating skilled men. We watch the savagery on a daily basis that goes on in our country. It's because there's nothing else to do in many cases. The literature, I speak on it several times, that comes out of the mouth of some of our favorite dancehall artists has got to be governed. They have got to be cautioned and prosecuted if they repeat it. We have a country to save, and it is us, the people, joining hands with the government, whoever that government is, to save your country, or else you will not have a country to enjoy. Right now, it's only tourists enjoying Jamaica. Jamaicans are not enjoying the paradise they live in. The economic constraints, the brutality in which the people are dealt with by law enforcement and government, it has broken the will of the people. And so more and more people are becoming desperate. But it is time. We look to God for better leadership. And when someone steps forward to lead your country in the right direction, step out of the dark, step into the light. Enough of the handouts, enough of the belly full. It is time we get a country full. Each Jamaican must eat of the fruits of our land, because this is our land. Let us save it for the future, so that the future can be bright, can be better. I want you to think for a few minutes on what you want your children to become. Think for a few minutes. What do you want your children to become? Well, if you want the best for your children, look for alternative leadership. We believe the time has come for the drumbeat of a new movement to pound in the hearts of Jamaicans and in the ears of Jamaicans. One that is willing to lead all Jamaicans towards a better country. We are better than this, and we will prove it. I ask you, Jamaicans, join the movement, like, share, and subscribe. Spread the word so it can be heard. Time for new leadership. We need a new sheriff in town. Thank you.